You're watching TelecomTV's exclusive video coverage of the MEF annual members meeting here in Vancouver. I'm joined now by Scott Rainovich, who is Chief Analyst of the Rainer Report. Scott, nice to meet you and thanks for talking with us on TelecomTV. What would you say are the main issues at the moment that the MEF and its members need to address?
Well, the MEF is trying to address the need to move to something that they call the third network, which is more dynamic services on demand. In other words, how do you take this global telecom infrastructure and give the customers new services on the fly without a long delay?
Why is that important? Why should service providers be looking at that model?
Basically, it will reduce their costs and at the same time allow them to deploy new services more quickly. So they all need more revenue. And as we know, in this technological age, the digital services change all the time.
So is this being pushed by their customers demanding this kind of service, or is it the service providers themselves looking at cost savings or re-engineering?
I think it's a factor of technological change. If you look at the number of digital services you may need at any time, it's changing constantly, and the competitive landscape demands that they have a flexible infrastructure to be able to adapt to these services really fast.
How does this model fit with SDN and NFV? Because there's a big move at the moment to bring network functions visualization and software-defined network into telco networks. So how does this all fit with telco networks?
Sure. Well, SDN and NFV are actually driving this change. It enables a more flexible flat platform by separating the software from the hardware, so that a service provider can install one platform, one hardware platform, and then swap in the services with software when they need to change things.
Where does orchestration fit with this model? Because the MEF is looking at Lifecycle Service Orchestration. And what is that and how does that fit in?
Great. Well, LSO is a software layer on top which kind of drives all the services. So the best way to think about it is, how do the customer demands communicate and set up the services in the network? LSO is that glue between the customer and the provisioning of the services in the network.
Does all this require an extended, enhanced ecosystem? Does it require more players to focus in? Do we need a bigger ecosystem?
I don't think we need a bigger ecosystem. I think the drive behind this technological change is more open systems, so it's about the players working together.
So openness, so it's open systems, open software as well?
Absolutely.
When the industry gets together in a few months' time over in Dallas for Gen 15, the annual event, MEF's annual event, what do you think are going to be the main talking points of that event?
They're going to be talking a lot about the third network, LSO. They're going to be talking about how do you enable more dynamic provisioning of services. So a customer wants something, how do they go on the web, order it up, have the service available immediately?
And are you, from a publisher's perspective, an analyst's perspective, are you seeing the necessary movements in the market to make all this a reality?
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody understands what we need to do. Things never move as fast as everybody would like, but everybody seems to be on the same page at what the goal is.
Scott, thank you very much.
Thanks, Guy.